Let's say hi to Eric in Colorado. Eric, what's up?
Hey, guys, have you seen the new Playboy yet?
With Debbie Gibson?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole celebrity thing, posing nude, is getting old, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, it's getting old, but I'll tell you what, she's fucking hot.
Yeah, but she doesn't show anything.
She doesn't?
She does it from the... She doesn't show... There's no beaver shots, but...
Do you see Snatch?
No, you don't see Snatch.
None at all? No hair?
No, she has this, like, she has, like, this, what was it, a necklace or a belt that...
The one shot, she's holding a hat over it. The other one, I think it's like a belt or something she's covering with.
Yeah, it's some kind of wacky necklace or belt that just happens to cover the area perfectly.
Well, clever ways to hide it.
I mean, even still... I mean, I'll tell you what, I was comparing her pictures to those of Tiffany that came out last year, and her pictures are a lot better.
Remember the big Debbie Gibson-Tiffany fight of the 80s? And then the joke was, you know, which one's going to end up in Playboy first. And
Tiffany...
What's funny is when Tiffany posed, Debbie Gibson said she would never do it.
Oh, really? She did say that?
They all say they'll never do it. The trick is, you got to do it when you're hot.
Yep.
When the people want to see you. If Tiffany and Debbie Gibson did some kind of a dyke thing in Swank magazine in 1985, you know, maybe then...
Well, I agree with you, Anthony, because I was looking at the Debbie Gibson spread, and yeah, she's really hot and stuff, but it just annoys me because, you know, Playboy gets these has-been singers and actresses, and they get them to pose by saying, look, we'll do very artistic photos, and it'll be more of an art thing than you know, porno. Playboy stinks.
I mean, Debbie Gibson, she's not really a has-been. She's been big on Broadway still.
Yeah.
So what?
Like
So's Nathan Lane. You want to see him naked? Playboy blows.
Dude, like I said, a has-been. Trust me. She'd rather be selling, you know, hit albums.
I mean, do you really want to see...
Every time you hear one of their songs, though, you're going to spring wood now.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Later.
He's chatty.
They have this phony sense of, like, legitimacy because they don't show hardcore.
That's what I mean, and that's what's driving me.
And it stinks.
If they're not showing pink, then they're not really posing for any of these magazines.
But they think that's
it's called
classy.
being classy.
Hustler Hustler's honest about the agenda. This is what I'm looking at it for. I want it to look like a gynecological, an exam magazine.
You're right.
Filthy.
You're right.
Playboy fills the gap between people that can have that in their house and the poor sons of bitches that are pussy whipped by their wives that can't have porno in the house, but for some reason they've been able to talk their wives into letting them get Playboy because that's not really porno. There are articles in it, interviews with politicians, things like that, and then the occasional naked girl without, you know, hubba bubba hanging between her knees. So, you know, it serves its purpose. And for first timers, you know, you're a kid, you get your hand on a Playboy. That might as well be hardcore pornography.
Anthony,
not anymore, though.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you know, you make some good points, but, I mean, Jim makes a good point about the honesty issue, you know. I mean, she's still showing her whore side. Mm-hmm. I mean, who's she kidding?
Yeah,
not if you ask her.
Keeps that private so no one can see it. That's what I want to see. That's the only thing I'm interested in. They could cut the head off. I don't need to see the head.
It's given me such freedom. The reason I did this was, I don't know, it's an outlet. It's just a freeing experience for me. Shut up. The paycheck. That's why she did it.
Yeah, because she, you know, wants her name in the press again.
All these people that do this, they do it for the check and the publicity.
It's just an avenue to get your name back up on top for a little while.
There you go.
And then maybe someone will pay attention to her latest song, or maybe give her some kind of role in a movie. That's all. Mm-hmm. You know, but to act like it's artistic and stuff, no, you're showing desperation, and you want people to start talking about you again.
Right.
But to sit there, I watched her on all these shows. Yeah, the shots were done in an artistic fashion.
Yes, they were.
They're very classy. Look at this one, you know.
Yes, I'm dressed in orange cloth, and saffron. It's art, I swear.
So you're right about the honesty issue. You know, if you're gonna do it, you should just do it.
Yeah.
We'll see in the future. I guess like Christina Aguilera. Things like that. Britney. You think Britney will
of course.
Spread them for Playboy?
Yeah, without a doubt.
She might even go to Hustler.
I think Britney does it before she, starts the
downward spiral. She's already pretty much the has-been, isn't she?
I don't know about that. Every day there's a picture in the paper.
Yeah, but as far as hairdo now, that short haircut,
yeah,
kind of stinks. Yeah.
No, she wore that for a day.
She's such trash. I love it.
She wigged out.
Yeah, remember we were talking about that last week. She wigged out for a day, but she just threw the wig on just so she could go out.
Yeah, but I'm not saying she's not still huge in the news and stuff. But as far as a singing career goes, how relevant is she these days?
Well, she threw the greatest hits package out.
Greatest hits. That's pretty much. That's all I had, people. That's all I had. Now here's the greatest hits of it, and I'm done.
You go greatest hits, then you go live album. Or do you go live album first and then greatest hits?
I think live first.
Live first usually, and then greatest hits.
Yeah, because you need some of the live cuts.
Greatest hits with that one song. That wrecks the greatest hits album.
The one
always.
No one cares about because it's new.
It's always in the last position because even the artist knows.
It's crap and no one wants to hear it.
It's just name some stupid band, like Styx. Styx greatest hits. It's like one after another. You know all these songs, and then this last freaking song they're hoping you're gonna like.
Something new that sounds like the old stuff with updated lyrics. They're talking about that's what you want to hear. A band like Yes puts out a greatest hits or something. And they write a new song, and it's about, the internet. It's and it sounds just like a song that came out in 1975, but, it's about computers and, the new stuff, and the Iraq War.
Yeah.
Oh, this blows. Shut up.
Really just awful.
Stop whining.
Let's say hi to Ted. Hey, Ted.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good, man.
Hello.
Jimmy, awesome show Friday night.
Oh, thank you, Ted. Thank you for attending.
Hey, I was sitting real close to what Pat from Moonaki was.
Uh-huh.
And Jimmy introduced him as, you'll know him, he's the guy with the safety pin in his sock instead of the 10th toe.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Safety pin in his sock.
Oh, yeah, I said
That's classic.
Pin it over.
Pin it over like the sleeve with the one-armed guy.
That's what it was, yeah.
Hey,
that is funny.
Guys.
That's very good. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. All right. George, what's going on?
Not much, man. Playboy does suck. When I was 13, I was introduced to porn through High Society and Hustler.
Oh, High Society was great. I used to like Wii. Remember Wii?
I used to steal it out of a machine,
That was great. That's the porno, man. Like High Society, like this guy is talking. Just skank whores in that one.
You get to see all
the
pimples.
And just a mess.
There's no airbrushing.
Big thatch of a patch. Oh,
you guys
awful.
are great. You definitely worth the extra $2 a month.
Thanks, fella.
Thank you, my friend.
I remember
Have a good day.
in the hotel that was probably about a half mile from my house, me and my buddies used to go, and with screwdrivers, we would ride. They had porn vending machines. They had Wii and Penthouse. And,
porn vending machines?
Yeah. In this, it was like a Holiday Inn or whatever. It was like a little local dive hotel. And they had porn vending machines.
In Jersey?
Oh, yeah. It was on Route 1 in North Brunswick. And we would go with screwdrivers and jimmy them and steal the new porn.
Yeah.
And I was such a sex addict, even in 5th or 6th grade. I couldn't look at it until I was alone. And I could just kind of rub myself. I couldn't look at it
You couldn't even look at it?
With my friends, no.
Wow, really?
I never got into looking at porn with my friends. I would always have to do it alone.
I had a big stash up in a tree fort. And, friends would come by. It was like a nightclub, I'd look, no, you, okay, come on in. No, you're not dressed right. Get out of here. Velvet rope. You get in the tree fort and just hand out the porno, and you'd look at it.
We had an underground tree fort.
An underground tree fort.
Well, all depending on the neighborhood,
That's
man.
a root fort.
Yeah, I know. Well, but it was that same, feel. It was a huge piece of plywood that we would cover with leaves and stuff.
And wait a minute, you dig a hole?
Yeah, massive
cover
hole.
It with plywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had candles and stuff down there, and that's where our porn was.
I like the tree fort better, the high ground.
Well, we had those too. I mean, we had all sorts of different varieties of the fort.
Yeah.
The underground one was pretty cool, though, because it was honestly, it was 8 feet down.
Really?
Yeah, it was huge, man.
And enough room side to side?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm trying to remember now. It's probably 6 by 10 feet, probably.
The work you used to put in as a kid to, make things like that. And that was kind of easier because all you needed was the big piece of plywood. But a tree fort was you had to go out to places where they were building houses.
Oh, yeah.
And steal the wood. You get your dad's saw and hammer and a few nails, and there you are engineering a place that goes in a tree. You needed truss work, and you have to get up and put those initial cross beams across the trees, and they never fell down. It's like kiddie engineering. You kind of knew you needed this, and you didn't know where you learned it from or anything, but you kind of knew how to build this structure that didn't collapse when 5 guys are up in there.
I remember
amazing.
When I was a boy, we were going to make a gang in North Brunswick. We were such faggots.
Oh.
And we were going to
a gang.
I swear to God, we kind of like, let's make a gang. But we were going to call it the Lords.
Oh, 1955, Jimmy.
It's atrocious.
Ba 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 bang dang 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 bop. Hey, I'm Jimmy Robinson, huh? Hey,
the Lord.
Patsy, over here.
Get under the porch, hey.
Hey, monster rain, a hubble, a hubble.
But no, they were going to build a fort, and me and my friend, like, were so lazy, we said that we volunteered to go to the hardware store and get the letters, because we were going to write our gang name.
Oh, my God. Your gang name.
On the front of the like the little hangout place, and that was what me and him did. Went and picked out letters.
Letters FAGGOTS.
Oh, please, yeah. We had like little, instead of a door, just a big piece of orange cloth that we could walk through. Bunch of fruits.
The Lords.
All the way from your
to your
last dying day.
Say the Lord.
You're a jet, let them do
Jimmy's
what
dancing.
they can. You've got brothers around, you're a family man. You're never alone, you're never disconnected. You're home with your own. When company's expected, you're well protected.
Here come the Lords.
With the capital J, which you'll never forget till they cart you away. When you're a jet, you stay.
Oh, my God, the Lords.
The Lords. I can't wait to see Whackbag for the pictures they're going to make of that one.
Go to Photoshop on whackbag.com.
Oh, how many leather jackets they're looking for on Google Images right now.
We were like in 7th grade, just tools.
Oh, complete idiots.
Why the Lords, though?
I don't know. I mean, why would they go to build something and let me and my dumb friend go pick out letters? I mean, there's no real reason for it. We're homos.
Who are you, Kanicki?
We're all over the ball field today. Let's say hi to Tony in Miami. Tony!
What's up, Zach and Screech? What's going on?
What's up, Tony?
Hey, listen. The first thing I was exposed to, of all porn, I was like 8. My brother was like a twisted ass freak. Kids are usually like Playboys and hustlers. He had Puritans. You remember that porn?
Sure do, yeah.
Puritan was like the hardcore ass fucking porn. And my brother had like a huge like fucking pile of Puritans. And one time I rubbed one out and I left one out, I guess. And I went downstairs and my mom's this little old German lady, right? And I guess she found it and she's like, hey, found something in your room. And I'm like, oh shit. And she goes, that's a hardcore porn! So she started, like, freaking out, and she just, I'm punching out. Peace.
He didn't even let me get to the crash.
The best part was we all just started looking at each other like, what's going on here?
I'm hitting buttons, gearing up for the crash. I'm just waiting for him to stop and hit the crash, and he punched out.
He could sense that you were looking for, what are those white things called?
The template.
That he knew you were looking, so it was so quiet he could hear the shuffle of the papers.
See, that's a punch out. You can't punch out when you're done.
Right.
Some people get the crash and they go, all right, I'm punching out. It's too late. You're a ditch in the ground.
Mike from Jersey.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I got a good story. Down the road from my house when we were kids, there was a piece of road there. People used to flip stuff out the window all the time. So occasionally you'd find a magazine on the side of the road. But there was one day in particular that we were riding our bikes down the road, a friend of mine and we saw a magazine over on the side. It was probably about a football field away, so we both raced as fast as we could to see who could get it first. We both got it at the same time. We wound up getting in a fight over who's going to get to look at the magazine first. It was kind of funny.
You could rip it in half.
Hold on.
And trade.
It was pretty funny. It was actually Cherry Magazine. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
I certainly
Cherry,
do.
Yeah.
However, that wasn't funny.
No.
Just to clarify, it wasn't funny at all.
Just to let you know, that wasn't really a funny story.
But it was interesting.
Go ahead and crash me.
No, it wasn't bad.
No, it was good. West Virginia checking in. It's John. Hey, John.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, John?
Hi, Jimmy, you beefy tits.
Hi, John. Let's not be insulting now. It's Valentine's Day.
Hey, I was 8 years old. My dad introduced me to the two best pornos, Porky's and Roadhouse. I'm punching out.
Porky's and Roadhouse. You know what magazine stunk? Easy Rider. That trash laying around.
What the hell was Easy Rider again?
It was that biker magazine, but it had naked chicks in it, too. But they were the skankiest biker whores that you'd ever see. And it was like the... I mean, if you're jacking it to the Sears catalog bra section, you know, it might be good because it's probably a little better than that to jack to. But just those awful biker chicks, very.
Can you start with
selective
National Geographic though?
No, always Playboy. Started with Playboy.
Yeah, but you couldn't just get your hands on that when you were really little.
Let me think. National Geographic might have. You might be right.
I mean, you graduate up to the porn magazines, because the National Geographic, you start realizing that they're just awful naked women in there.
Yeah, well, it was
but
the Africa
at first
women.
it was just the oh my god naked women. Then you have to go you're jonesing for more and more, and then you eventually get up to the real porn magazines. But you have to start somewhere.
National Geographic.
And with me it was National Geographic.
Or
going through the dictionaries and stuff, and I don't know, just finding.
You'd have to find wherever you could. Yeah.
Wherever you could.
A dictionary.
Well, that's a bad example, but whatever.
Medical book.
Yes, any type of books that the parents had around the house, you're leafing through, hoping to, catch a glimpse of something.
You find a medical book and thumb through it and find a picture of a woman with her eyes covered over with a black strip, so you can't tell who she is, kind of a thing. And it's a whole thing on psoriasis or something, so she's naked with psoriasis, but she's naked.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then you eventually
have to find whatever you could.
Yeah, and then eventually you start figuring out how to get your porn magazines.
It's like thalidomide woman. She's got little flipper arms, but she's naked.
You know how I got my first porn magazines? I had a paper route.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, people would just leave their paper and their magazines bundle up for the garbage man. And, you look through the stacks of that long enough, you'll find a porn magazine.
Yeah, they put them in the middle of the stack.
It took some doing, and you would have to spend maybe a whole afternoon literally going from house to house. I had scissors and everything, just, cutting the rope that was tied around it, and every once in a while I'd hit pay dirt.
Kids just do not understand how lucky they are today with the internet. It is amazing. I mean, years ago you had to. It was like a treasure hunt. You were just hunting around for a photo, anything, one picture of a nude woman.
I remember my first porn movie. I'll never forget it. My buddy was an Indian fellow who lived across the street, and his dad had a VCR back in those days.
Oh, cinnamon lips.
Yeah, they certainly were, and his parents hated me. But they, back in those days when there were very few VCRs, and I went and watched a porno with him. We sat on the floor of his dad's room and watched The Fur Trap with Kelly Mint, and it's an awful porno.
The Fur Trap, huh?
I had to walk out of his room and lay on the bathroom floor and whack my bag.
Really? You were just so worked up.
I was laying on his parents' bathroom floor in these Indian people's house with my head on the tile, scrapping all over myself.
Now, to this day, whenever he smells curry, he explodes on his stomach.
I just couldn't handle it, though. I could never watch with other people and enjoy porn.
I had to. When I was a kid, once we found a Super 8mm film.
Oh my God!
Porno film.
How old are you,
dude? It was years ago. It was like it was before friggin' VCRs, like the mid to late 70s, and had nothing to play.
That's when your parents dropped you off at your friend's house with a horse and buggy. I mean,
I know.
What era are you from?
Jesus, it was a long time ago. So now our quest, we had to find a Super 8mm projector. And
you knew it was porno, though?
Yeah, because, we unraveled a little bit of it. But, how much can you get looking at a small 8mm film? So we were ready to tear the whole thing off the reel just to get each individual picture. But I said, no, let's try to get a projector. Finally ended up going to my alma mater, John H. Glenn High School, and telling one of the AV teachers that we needed it. We have a film it was something about history, we said, to help us study for a big test that was coming up. And they let us sign out a projector. Went to my friend Frank's house, who lived right around the corner from the high school, set up the projector, and watched porno on the school's movie projector. Oh, I know. And it was just threading it through, and finally you turn that on, and seeing porno like that. The worst 70s Big Earth Mama muff, bad washed-out color film, but it was great. Pay dirt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hard to get your porn.
You go to any of the porn theaters on Long Island growing up?
Went to one.
Bayshore, I think, was one of them?
Yeah, Bayshore was the one. Yeah, went to it when I was working at some place.
Dude, we went, just as high school guys. We'd drink beers and then pay our admission and go in there. But you felt so, you know.
You had to go with a bunch of guys.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a night out.
But there was a bunch of perverts in there and all,
yeah.
but it was like, yeah, this is a cool thing to do. We'll drink a bunch of beers on the way over, and we'll go to the porno theater.
Yeah. We went with a bunch of people from work once. Just decided, let's go to the porno, you know, and went down there, Bay Shore, sat down and just laughed our asses off watching the porno. But it's like any other place, like even a strip club. You get the group of guys that are friends there to drink beer and glance over at the girl, but then you get the guy in the corner that's just drooling and telling the girl that she looks like his daughter and, you know, giving dollars and stuff. There are your certain classifications of guys.
Yeah.
The naive guy that just keeps giving his money away, the guy that thinks he's going to get something. The only black guy in the white strip club, the old guy, you know. So you get those groups in the porn theaters too.
This is a perfect Valentine's Day show.
Yeah, it's all about love.
Why don't we take a quick break? The phones have exploded. We'll stay on this topic for a little while. Then we have to talk about the Grammys and Jose Canseco and I'm trying to think what else. We have a ton of things to try to get to today. All right.